I'd like to welcome everyone to the 8th meeting of the National Black Feminist Book Group of our reading of We Are the Ones We Have Been Waiting For, Inner Light in a Time of Darkness, Meditations by Alice Walker. And I'm Georgette Moses. I'm your moderator for this evening from Columbia, South Carolina. I'd like to go around and have each of our core members introduce themselves. Let's start with Randie.
Hi everyone, my name is Randie. I am watching from Atlanta and I'm excited for tonight.
My name is Walker. I'm joining you all from Connecticut.
My name is Michelle Odom. I am here in the Bronx, New York tonight.
Hi Kim.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi everybody.
And tonight it's our last two chapters, chapter 13 and 14, Orchids and to be Led by Happiness. Chapter 13, Orchids. Okay.
Walker uses power to subtly compare it to human beings who have experienced tremendous cruelty like Japanese women, Iraqi children, Native American children, and Black people who sometimes feel the need to self-eradicate. She suggests indirectly that healing these soul wounds is indeed possible with application of a little tender, loving care, the kind of care we associate with Blackness. To strengthen our capacity to deliver this care, we must care for our own souls. To be Black means to have body and soul together, she asserts, and the practice of yoga is a strategy for accomplishing.
Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead and read A, The Power of Compassion. In this talk to the International Association of Black Yoga Teachers, Walker shares two stories that illustrate the power of compassion. She didn't know how to care for the many orchids she received, and so she tended to let these mysterious, fragile beauties wither and die. When she decided to follow her florist's simple instructions, her plant stand overflowed with healthy, blooming orchids. Something similar happens when Walker's old friend shows compassion for an angry little girl at his church. She has no one to share her passion for reading with until he decides to care. She is transformed, blooming and healthy like Walker's orchids. And then the two questions for this section are, is it as simple or easy as Walker demonstrates in her two stories to change a life? And if the friend in her story had not experienced a recent religious conversion, do you think he would have taken the time to care about changing one little girl's life?
What do you think, Randie?
I was with Nita.
You look like you were thinking deep thoughts.
I was just thinking about this weekend. Me and Mikey were having a conversation, and I was telling him how complicated it's gotten since I've been home. in terms of, talking, communication, intimacy, because we mastered the long distance, but being home again as adults have been a little difficult. And he just went on this whole spiel about how simple it was. And so this chapter was like, I don't know, deja vu. Because I think it really can be that simple, especially when you communicate. So maybe the simplicity comes from talking, which is why her flowers are able to bloom, because she finally sought help, which is why the girl is no longer angry, because the man finally spoke to her and was like, what's up, and realized she liked to read, and so he could engage with her. So I think it can be that simple.
Okay. Thank you. What do you think, Venita?
You know I need a timer, right?
Okay.
Resume. No, I believe that a lot of times in life, we overthink things. We kind of complicate things much more than they have to be. Actually, I tried what the florist told Alice to do, because I have many orchids. And they're doing beautiful. I submerged them totally in water. I mist a little water on them once a week. And my babies are doing great. So, that's the first thing I wanted to tell you.
All right.
But no, I think we tend to complicate things. I think that we forgot how easy it is to love and to give ourselves to others. And that's all he did. He just took a minute to listen to someone. And a lot of times that's all it takes. You can't solve all the problems that a person may have, but everyone wants to be relevant. And when you stop and listen to a person and have empathy, at least for the way a person feels, that tells them, I'm relevant, I matters. And anything or anyone will flourish with just knowing that much, is that I matter and I'm heard. So I think the simplicity is very good.
I related a lot to having someone notice your passion and having some person help you to keep your flowers alive. It's I think all kids need that, and so many kids don't get somebody to stop and take notice of them, and it just resonated with me that it's so very important for adults to look around and see if there's a kid that really needs some encouragement. Because a lot of times you put all the focus on bad kids. I don't want to say bad kids like that, but you know what I mean? And sometimes you have a quiet little sweet kid that nobody is helping to flourish. So that's what I got out of the reading. That's what came to me.
All right, thank you. I love everything you ladies said. It really, really was on point. The only thing I would add to it is that I think whatever higher being you want to believe is there puts people in your path and things in your path that you can relate to, that only you know the right things to say or do that could change their life at that moment. So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
All right, Georgette.
Okay. Okay.